Sunscreen. Sun cream. Sunscreen. Hey guys, let's talk about sexy sun care. Okay, who am I kidding? There's no such thing as sexy and sun care that go together. But now that I have your attention, let's talk about the importance of sunscreens. I know, sunscreens make us moan and groan, even at the mere thought of applying it to our face. I don't know why, but it does. And we often think that it's meant for when you're spending it all day outdoors, on a beach, by the pool, golfing, gardening, whatever. But it really should be the last step to your skincare routine in the morning, whether you're going to be indoors or outdoors. Now watch. Hey babe, do you wear sunscreen inside?
Hell no.
See, it's probably one of the biggest skincare misconceptions that are out there. You're indoors, why would you need to? That's what I thought so too, until my dermatologist explained that there's two types of UV rays, UVA and UVB. And while the windows will filter out the UVB rays, it does not filter out all of the UVA rays. And UVA rays penetrate deeper into the skin and one of the main culprits to the dark pesky sunspots and wrinkles. And both rays attribute to skin cancer. So if those are not reasons enough to start, incorporating sunscreens into your morning skincare routine, I don't know what will. And also, anti-aging serums and creams, they're not going to mean much if you don't protect your skin first. So, easiest way to remember which rays causes what: UVA, A for aging, UVB, B for burning. And I cannot stress this enough, but please make sure that you're wearing sunscreen even when you're indoors. I sound like a broken record. But unless you're living under a cave. But even if you're living under a cave, you would have to wear sunscreen to get to that cave, right? Exactly. So please protect your beautiful skin at all times. So in case you're wondering why I don't use the word, or trying not to use the word, sunblock, even though it's still very commonly used today, interchangeably with sunscreen, and I'm still guilty of it. It was actually used to describe the characteristics of how a physical mineral sunscreen would behave. So you've probably heard how it sits on top of the skin, acts as a shield to block off the rays. So here's one mythbuster for you. And, you might not like it, but hear me out. Even with physical mineral sunscreen that have active ingredients of titanium dioxide and zinc oxide that are minerals, the sunscreen still sink into the skin, absorb the rays to turn it into heat to release it from the skin, just like how a synthetic chemical sunscreen would behave. I know, right? And only a very small amount of it would do the whole reflecting and scattering bit. Crazy, right? But you know what's even more crazier is that there are still so many articles out there, influencers, YouTubers, and even estheticians and dermatologists that are pushing physical mineral sunscreens using that myth of, sitting it on top of the skin, deflecting the rays, when that is not accurate. Here is another crazy fact. The FDA actually banned the use of the word sunblock as of 2013 because it was misleading consumers into overestimating the effectiveness to the product that was making that very specific claim. I'm just putting it out there. There's a lot of misinformation, but I just want you to provide you with the facts. That way you can make the informed decision yourself. So don't let, these natural and clean beauty brands and enthusiasts, scare you with their, tactics and, tell you otherwise. And if you are using a synthetic chemical sunscreen and you know that it works for you, that is amazing. Don't stop using it and just, continue protecting your beautiful skin. That's all I gotta say. And it's interesting because I don't know if it's like a, unique to chemists that are using that term, but there's a word called chemophobia to describe some of the really hardcore natural beauty product enthusiasts. And I get it, right? Because the second they hear the word synthetic chemical, they're like, oh my God, it's so bad for you, when it's really not. And you know what? While we're on the topic of it, I'm just gonna put it out there, okay? Natural products, they have some form of synthetic chemical ingredient inside of it. Hate me all you want, but that is the truth, okay? And I have nothing, I'm not hating on, natural or clean beauty products. I love it. I use some of them myself. I just want the brands to be more transparent when it comes to ingredient, but back it with science, okay? Don't use all this creative marketing jargons and, tactics and trying to gain all these loyal customers, because that's not fair, right? Just give us the facts and let the consumers make the informed decisions. That's all I'm saying, okay? Don't get it twisted. All right. So the most commonly used term now is either synthetic chemical or physical mineral sunscreen. And if you're wondering which of the two, is the best for you, you know what? You have to try some of these out yourself. And the reason being is because it's not just the ingredients, but it's also preference, because some people don't like that white cast, and physical mineral sunscreen often leave that white cast. And if you like wearing makeup, some people will prefer the synthetic chemical sunscreens because it has a fluid texture. So it really depends on the preference as much as the ingredients. But what I do want you to take away from this is that, regardless whether it's physical mineral or synthetic chemical sunscreens, as long as you're using one or the other, it doesn't matter. As long as you're protecting your skin from the harmful UV rays, that's all that matters, okay? And I feel like sunscreens are so overlooked, but it's actually one of the most important, step to the skincare routine. And we're just not, doing it, but hopefully you'll start doing so. So how much of it do you need? I know on labels it says apply amount generously, but what the hell does that even mean? So a good rule of thumb is either 1/4 or 1/3 or 1/2 a teaspoon. Are you guys laughing? I know, it's funny because I think it's hilarious because I suck at math and I don't know my fractions, and I had to ask my husband, I'm like, is 1/3 less than 1/2? Anyways, but I'm gonna be real with you guys. I use 1/3 of a teaspoon using this very metric spoon and applied it to my face and neck, and it was plenty. So some of you might actually think 1/2 a teaspoon is a lot. So just start with 1/4 or 1/3 a teaspoon. And if you're gonna be outdoors all day, make sure you're reapplying every 2 hours. And if you're just gonna be indoors, please, at the very least, add it to the last step of your morning skincare routine. Pretty please. And guys, there are just so many great sunscreens out there in the market today with affordable prices. There's just so many great options. Like, you have no excuse to not get a sunscreen, okay? I'm just saying. And if you're wondering why I have so many, it's because I take this very seriously, okay? And I have to protect my hubby too. So yeah, I'll go over this on my next post. This is the fun stuff, but you didn't think I'd get to the fun stuff without boring and informing you first, right? Exactly. And I thought since it's summertime, it'd be a really great way for you to start incorporating sunscreen into your morning skincare routine. Use summer as an excuse, but you get so used to it that it just kind of seamlessly transitions into your everyday lifestyle. That way, come, winter or summer, spring, fall, indoors or outdoors, rain or shine, you're not even thinking twice and just applying it every day. Now let's check back in with the hubby. Hey babe, do you have sunscreen inside?
Hell yeah.
Yay! My God, the sunscreen gods must be smiling down at me right now. And if you don't own a sunscreen and, you've learned a lot today and you want to be proactive, that's amazing. Make sure you grab one and that has an SPF of at least 30 and that it says broad spectrum so that you know that you're being protected from both the UVA and UVB rays. But yeah, now that I've done my part, I'm gonna just drop this like a mug. Actually, no, I won't. It's too precious. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace out.